making a difference. 5 pressures and a sack in this game despite those double teams. And a lot of times he gets double teams, he opens it up for others to come up with big plays. But he has had a great year, and it continues tonight here in Chicago against his Bears offense.
10th season in the league, played his college ball at USC.
I think he might be in the best shape of his career at year 10. He's never looked better.
When you can run an interception back 92 yards, you're in fabulous shape. You have to be. From the 38-yard line. Start on the ground. Nice run here. Pickup of 9. Speaking of that run back. So you got Williams. Among other things that day in the Meadowlands, you had a blocked extra point. You had 2 sacks. You had this.
Look at it. It looks like a linebacker.
Look at this. 92 yards. Meanwhile, back to live action here. And that should be a first down for Swift. You know what what did that remind you of? That 92-yard run back. Defense, James Harrison.
Oh, man.
Super Bowl.
You called that game.
Right. Against Arizona, ended the half. Kurt Warner throws a pick. And man, that defense had been out on the field forever and ran 100 yards and barely got to the end zone.
He got to the end zone. He barely got there. I felt like Leonard Williams, he was running through the back of the end zone.
Right. Oh, yeah, Williams looked fresh.
He looked fresh for 92 yards.
He's ready to do a Meadowlands leap or whatever.
Yep.
3rd and inches. And with the Guardian helmet, that's Johnson. Speaking of James Harrison, so Arizona's going in to take the lead in Super Bowl 43 in Tampa.
He's always a pass rusher, but instead fools them and drops.
Look at this. He's got the convoy. You got Larry Fitzgerald, who was running through the Arizona bench. Warner couldn't make the tackle. Fitzgerald is trying to get to him. Runs over everybody.
Here he's going to go. He's got it. No.
Meanwhile, the clock is going to 0. So if he gets knocked out at the 1-yard line, they don't even get a field goal in.
And then the way the game ends, that had to be one of the best ones of all time you call.
Absolutely. Roethlisberger leading
Antonio Holmes, right?
Terry McCauley was the referee in that game. Called 3 of them in his illustrious career.
Though he knew it was a very well officiated game there.
Terry, there you
Top
are. We're looking at you right now. That had to be one of your all-time games, too.
Number 1, without a doubt.
That's
number
great.
1.
That's great.
Yep. You and me both. That's the best one I ever called.
What, the Bengals Rams that you had at SoFi?
That was pretty good.
Another
too.
Good one.
A lot of good ones, but I think that took the cake.
Yeah, that one had so many moments.
You had Harrison. You had Santonio Holmes' unbelievable catch in the end zone. 2nd and 8 here. The ball at the 49-yard line. DJ Moore was the man in motion, and that's a pass into no man's land. 3rd down.
Just, you know, he hurried this. He felt the blitz. Middle linebacker Ernest Jones, and Seattle got in there. Actually, they bring both their inside linebackers, shoot him right through both A gaps, and he's trying to buy a little bit of time, but I think he felt that pressure and just hurried him, and it made him uncomfortable where he couldn't give the play a chance to really develop. And I think he still had enough time to just keep backpedaling, bring those linebackers towards him,
on, Derek.
give that play a chance.
Get on your horse, kid.
3rd and 8.
And they come again.
Come on, kid.
Pressure, look out. And he's going to go down again.
Fucking this Bears offensive line.
Rayshon Jenkins comes from the secondary. And for Caleb Williams, who came into the game having been sacked 60 times, that's 6 more. 66, by far the most in the league this season.
And look at the confusion they're creating. You have Witherspoon who ends up coming late. Jenkins over here that ends up pressuring. A couple of the guys on the inside end up dropping. The offensive line's confused. Caleb is confused, and give Mike McDonald and that defensive staff a lot of credit for their 3rd down package in creating that confusion.
Our punter is definitely first team.
Tanner, punt number 7. Fair caught at the 11-yard line with 8:13 to play in the 4th. Seattle 6, Chicago 3.
Doors take us places, to new adventures, planned and unplanned. They lead to goals and connect us to family.
I didn't get far.
Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors.
I did get waiter number 2.
Because they know you. They can help you create a comprehensive plan for your full financial picture and personalized money management with the right balance of risk and reward. Doors were meant to be opened.
You know what's better than 1 Papa John's pizza? 2 Papa John's pizza for only $6.99 each.
Only at Papa John's. Bundle 2 or more Papa Pairings menu items for $6.99 each. Get your favorites for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some Papa John's.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
Potion, 2.
What are we doing?
Kai, this is the same magical formula I used last week, and we won. I'm still making a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, the Taco Tower.
Couldn't have done it without old El Paso. They call me the Michelangelo of tacos.
Who does?
Mom, Dad, Derek, Uncle Al.
Everyone knows it's Pillsbury cookies that win on game day.
Can't win without Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You mean Old El Paso tacos?
It's luck. It's in the name.
Buy $30 of General Mills, earn a $10 gift card in the Fetch app.
Now, Kirk, it says right here on the card, love is in the air. Everybody's catching feelings this holiday, so catch love actually.
The holiday. My wife's a big fan of the holiday.
There you go. Something from Tiffany's Holiday Love on Prime Video. That's the Home Alone house. That's the McAllister residence, 25 miles from.
No way.
Yes, it is. Winnetka, Illinois. There you go. There you go.
The Bears. I'll tell you what's blown me away is coming into this stadium and looking around at this crowd. This team has had a rough year. It's rained. It's the day after Christmas. You would think if there's ever a game, they would be leaving. Nobody's leaving. First of all, they showed up. What an amazing effort here by this Bears crowd today.
Final home game of the season. We got big number 64, Jonathan Ford, across the line.
Neutral zone infraction on a defense number 64. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Well, everybody knows. I mean, Chicago is a fantastic sports town. Here it is again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a great sports town. You know, I've known a ton of people from Chicago through the years. I go, who's number one? Is it the Cubs or the Bears? Most people will tell me anyway, it's the Bears. Always has
over the Cubs.
Believe it or not.
And of course, you got to take the Jordan era out.
Of course, the Bulls, the Blackhawks have had a lot of success through the years. Smith fires over the middle. That's low, and that's Metcalf going down. Did he make the grab there? He did.
Finally, Geno Smith gets the ball downfield off the play action look. He's just not had an opportunity. Hasn't made many throws. That's a heck of a catch. That ball came so close to touching the surface, but we talked about he's averaging about 2 yards, his air yards tonight. Just nothing downfield this time on that deep crosser. Gets behind the linebackers and gives Metcalf a chance there.
Yeah, he's battling through a whole bunch of injuries this year. Appears to be in a little distress on the sideline as he comes up. 23-yard game. Jake Bobo comes in his place. Little toss back here. Charbonnet again. If you join the slate, Kenneth Walker is their #1 back. Inactive tonight, goes on injured reserve, and Charbonnet's done a heck of a job tonight. Charbonnet 15 carries, 58 yards, and he's picked up 17 more through the air.
Yeah, thinking about this crowd and what this Bears fan base has faced, the Bears have not led a game since week 12 against the Vikings.
Right.
Almost 345 minutes of game time since the last time they had the lead.
And it's the only time they took the lead in the game. In every other game, the opposition has scored first, including tonight. Smith, that's caught. Short gain, if any. No fan out of bounds there.
And again, I'm not trying to come to defense of Caleb Williams. I'm just trying to be realistic. You know, imagine being a rookie quarterback where your offensive coordinator who brought his system in this is the first year, and your head coach, both are fired, and you haven't had a chance to take a snap with the lead since week 11, week 12 against the Vikings. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, playing from behind all season. 3rd and 6. Swing it out here. Charbonnet. He's stopped. And they get the ball back.
This is beautiful 3rd down defense. Sitting back in zone, trusting that front to be able to get the pressure. But watch how they leverage the football. Watch how the defense sits back. You got a blocker out in front. You got 3 defenders coming in to make the play. Just don't let him get back to the outside. Force him back inside, which is exactly what they did. And there's the Bears jerseys to bring him down. That's perfect execution.
Yeah, Edwards took the angle away. Meanwhile, here goes Dixon. His 6th punt, 13th punt of the game. Fair catch called for. They made it to 12 by Blackwell. 5-12 left in the 4th. Still a 3-point game at Soldier Field.
AWS knows NFL fans are obsessed with every single detail. That's why we power Next Gen Stats to give fans more. More good luck catching him. More defying expectations. More, oh yeah, from more stats that NFL fans love. Over me.
Enjoy.
Wow, Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed Crazy Crust.
They really dolled it up.
That's a no.
Sorry, Justin.
Order stuffed Crazy Crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza. Today we'll capture a taste of the tailgate. Talk about your cake.
Mine's got a working smoker.
Smoke, huh? That sounds delicious. Andrew.
I went a little conceptual. It's the Geico Gecko.
Elaborate.
So working with Lime is challenging, like football. It's also green, like the Gecko. Plus, I think he'd be a great hang because of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
Well, mine has Andrew Whitworth.
Cool.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Hey, I have a fever.
I don't feel so good either.
This is not just 1-hour delivery. This is fast relief for those who can't take a time out. Walgreens.
This holiday season,
So you're her, right? You're the boxer?
She our golden girl.
experience the inspirational true story
My baby going to the Olympics.
the whole family can enjoy.
What's this? That good protein. Can I at least have some fries? No, Jason, say no French fries.
Critics are calling The Fire Inside a knockout crowd pleaser. It's uplifting and inspiring.
Folks around here know that if you can do it, they can too.
It's a monumental achievement.
It's way bigger than boxing.
The Fire Inside, rated PG-13.
Been a tough night for this Bears offensive line and Caleb Williams. Here's our pressure alerts. The defensive alerts are the red circles. Gives you an idea of where the pressure is more likely to come from. The pressure alert is who's closer to him and eventually could bring him down. There's been a lot of blinking bodies and a lot of red circles all over Caleb Williams tonight. Up to 6 sacks, and I don't think the Seahawks are done quite yet.
Yeah, he's 10 sacks shy of the all-time record held by David Carr when he was drafted by the brand new Houston Texans back at the turn of the century when he went down 76 times. The 66 is by far by 13 more than anybody else in the league. C.J. Stroud will be next. Williams will run for a gain of about 6.
You just heard Kirk talk about how bad Caleb Williams has done in the pocket. His sack rate is the highest he's seen in a game this season, 22% sack rate tonight. The big issue, you saw it there. 4 of 8 of his dropbacks against blitz have been sacks. Talking with Seahawks insider Matty Brown, the focus for Mike McDonald is everyone needs to be a pass rusher, and you're seeing that. A lot of different players have come after Caleb Williams in the quarterback.
And Coleman Shelton with a great block downfield. See the tight end, Komet. Then the rest of the offensive line, 65 to center. He's freed up, nobody in front of him, touches, and then gets upfield. Here's 85. Now watch the collision with Wright, and then the rest of that line pushing him.
Escaping, keeping, looking to get out of bounds, and he does, and he gets pushed out of bounds. No flag, crowd wanted one, but he was, in fact, they keep the clock running, which means he was tackled inbounds by Ernest Jones.
But this time, he gets out of the trouble, and like I said, he normally wants to throw the football out there. This time he decides to run, and he did for whatever reason. He just kind of takes a knee. Maybe he wants that clock to keep moving.
Almost had a little, we had a butt fumble there, almost. To the outside, Allen, and that is busted up by Brown, Trey Brown. Stopping them there, so you got a 3rd down and 2, 3.5 to go. All 3 timeouts for Chicago. We can to keep the drive going.
Yeah, that was one of the plays of the game by Trey Brown there on that 2nd and short. Looked like an easy 1st down. Let's see what happens here on his 3rd down, but gets off of the block and then makes the tackle all in really one motion. Great play by 22.
3 minutes. 3rd and 2. Play clock at 2. Williams going to keep it again, and let's see where they spot this. Leonard Williams makes the tackle, and you can see the official coming in. They're going to spot it, what appears to be short of the 1st down, making it 4th down, and they're going to leave off obviously the offense out there at this point in the game and go for it.
Now, he didn't quite have a chance to extend the ball to try to give it a chance to get close. I think the officials did a good job of spotting this about a ½ yard short.
4th and inches. Come up in the gun. Johnson is the running back.
And a timeout by the Seahawks.
Yeah, they wanted to see the alignment timeout. Seattle. 4th and inches.
Well, let's go back to that 2nd down play that I mentioned as maybe be one of the plays of the game. Now, if they get a stop on 4th down, it really is. Trey Brown in because John Shelby went out with an injury. Look him get off of this block by Odunze and then makes the tackle. I mean, that looks like it. You know, they got the numbers that they want. Flip it out there. No problem with the size of Odunze at 6'3", but Trey Brown at 5'10", 185 off of that block, and keeps him short of the 1st down. Then they come up with not the sack, but the tackle there of Caleb Williams, and here we go.
Yeah, Brown had been a starter earlier in the year, now backing up at that corner spot, 4th and inches. This time Williams comes up under center. Swift is the running back, trying to get him to jump.
Movement.
Oh, wow. Who was it?
Left guard moved.
Offense number 73. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Jay Curran gets a 2nd penalty on him.
Now, you know, in these short yardage, you're an offensive lineman. That's one thing about that long cadence. You're sitting in there. You want to fire out. It's so, you see just a little movement right there. And now they're deciding to punt the ball away.
Yeah, Curran was the guy who cost them what would have been the touchdown.
That's right.
Earlier in the game.
And with the 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, with the way their defense has been playing, much to the chagrin of the fans here in Chicago, they're going to trust their defense to get the ball back to Caleb Williams.
Taylor averaging 47 yards a kick. This is his 8th of the night. Play is blown dead.
Prior to the ball being snapped, that's a first charge timeout for Chicago. 30-second timeout.
Oh, boy.
I was going to say, I was going to say, I agree with it because of a 6-3 defense playing well. Seattle's probably going to run the ball, force you to use your 3 timeouts. You have a 2-minute warning. All that makes sense.
Thank God Thomas Brown changed his mind and is deciding to go for it here. The Next Gen Stats Decision Guide has us a go by over 4%. That's a strong go. Even if they were to punt the ball back, punts or turnovers, your best chance to win the game is on this drive, even at a 40% conversion probability at 4th and 6. Go for it here. You punt the ball away, the likelihood you get the ball back is minimal, and you wouldn't have any timeouts remaining.
A lot of pressure. Throws. Catch is made. And staying in bounds, DJ Moore. On the run. Reaching up. Pulling it in. Got 14. First down.
He pulled away in man coverage from Reek Woolen, who's an outstanding cover man. You'll see right over here, it's a foot race. What a job by Caleb Williams to keep this play alive. You talk about a miraculous throw. Great job of getting separation. Looks back to the backside and sees his main man, DJ Moore, who comes down with that catch on that 4th down throw.
Bonnie gets Williams over 100 yards tonight. 106. 2:05 on the clock. Drops it. Recovers. But he's going to go down again.
Leonard Williams.
At the 43-yard line, there's Williams right there. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning at 1:57.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Seattle on top 6-3. 2nd and 15 when we come back to Soldier Field.
It's the most wonderful time with the kids sing. Be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful.
Whether your phone's broken or old, we've got you. With Verizon, anyone can trade in any phone, any condition. It's your last chance to get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. And iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Hello? You pick me up. Yes, you did. When nobody else would. I know you did. But I still got that old time feeling for you.
Sign and drive with 0 down and 0 due at signing. Contact your Volvo retailer to learn more.
Everyone's running to Subway for 3 all-new spicy footlongs. Wait, Subway did what? That's right. They're bringing the heat with cream of sriracha, jalapenos, and all-new ghost pepper bread. But hurry, these subs are only here for a limited time.
None of us make it very far alone. It takes a team. A community that writes off no one and believes in the potential of everyone. Protects spaces where children don't just get by, but thrive. And chooses to not just listen to one another, but learn from one another. Having a team like that changes the game.
Bronze exclusive wildcard playoff game is coming.
The whole world watching. What you gonna do?
It doesn't get any better than this.
What a night.
Bronze exclusive wildcard playoff game. Wildcard weekend. Oh, on Prime.
Right after the game, the JCPenney post-game show with Carissa and the gang. What a beautiful shot that is. Soldier Field in the foreground. Skyline of Chicago, the beautiful skyline behind on this, what is now a 43-degree night. 2nd down and 15 after Williams has just been sacked for the 7th time. Cairo Santos hoping for an opportunity to perhaps tie the game if he gets a field goal chance here in the in the waning minutes. 2nd and 15. Quick pass there, might have been tipped. Catch is made, but for a minimal gain by DJ Moore. 3rd down.
I think Owusu did get a hand on that. A lot of these quick throws starting to get their hands up as quick as they can. He didn't get his hands on the laces. There's the tip. Good focus again by DJ Moore. Clock is ticking here, almost at the 1:30 mark.
Yeah, they've got 2 timeouts. It's a 3rd and 14. Taking a ton of time here.
And Leonard Williams moves around. He doesn't stay in the same spot. He's over that left, between that left guard and left tackle.
Man, almost a full 40 between plays. 3rd and 14. Backing up. Backing up again. Pressured. Escaping. Fires, and it is at the 40-yard line. Did he hold it in? Odunze, and they're saying yes. He caught it.
Now you got to give Odunze a lot of credit. Obviously, Caleb Williams to keep that play alive, but Odunze was almost down to the 20-yard line. Had to work way back to come back to give Williams a target.
Meanwhile, the clock is running down like crazy. They still have the 2 timeouts. 38-37. Williams backing up again and fires that one out of bounds. Well, you know, let's go back to, you don't want to go back if you're a Bears fan at Thanksgiving. You know what I'm talking about right now with the clock. You got the timeouts.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, everybody, you can almost hear the crowd reliving that day.
They sense it.
Yeah, there's him working. He was back to all the way to the 25-yard line. He came all the way back. Williams locates him. He makes a really nice catch to get his arms underneath so the ball couldn't touch the ground. So 2nd time on this series, or this drive, that they've been able to come up with great plays by Caleb Williams, improvising, and DJ Moore, and now Rome Odunze, the rookie, coming up with big plays to keep this drive alive.
From here, you'll be looking at a 57-yard field goal, and now Chicago has to take a timeout here. Oh, baby. The crowd knows it. I mean, they're already seeing this clock management was helped to create the coaching change after Thanksgiving. Wild card game coming up. I want to remind you, the weekend of January 11th and 12th. Prime Video will have one of the wild card games for you. First ever playoff game on Prime. So right now you'd be looking, if they don't gain another yard, a 57-yard attempt for Santos to send the game into.
Caleb Williams was worked up there, frustrated. You see,
there I mentioned you cut me off there. I'm glad you did.
You know why I did.
I know you didn't want me to go there.
I did not.
2nd and 10 at the 40. Extra pressure. Downfield, spinning. Odunze, no, covered well. Coverage on the play by Reek Woolman. 3rd down and 10 with 26 seconds.
That's one of those you got to beat. You'd love to see that. Not that you want to coach it to always underthrow that ball, that go ball, but that ball goes not only over his outside shoulder, but so far almost out of bounds. If you throw that where he has to work back to it, that's going to be pass interference, because he had him beat by a couple steps. But instead it's out of bounds. Odunze could not work into the defender there.
3rd and 10. Deep drop. Steps up. Fires into no man's land. Nothing happening. Just a bunch of white shirts. So it's 4th down. Kirk, do you realize earlier this season, my men, George Hill and Malibu Kelly Hayes, telling me Seattle beat Chicago earlier this year, 6-3.
In a soccer game? Or?
No, Mariners beat the White Sox in Chicago on July 29th. There you go. History repeats.
Oh, man. Did they ever go 6-6 and go to extra innings?
Oh, baby. I've done a couple of those games. 4th down.
I hope you don't get to know another one.
We'll see. Anything can happen here. 4th down and 10.
Second charge, timeout, Seattle.
Now, the Seahawks take their timeout here. So to get a 1st down, they got to get to the 30. Chicago still has the 1 timeout. So if they can move it a little bit, well, they've got to get the first down here is what it amounts to. So they're eschewing the opportunity to kick what would be a game-tying field goal from 57 out.
This drive, you've seen Caleb Williams and where he can make plays, and you get excited about this guy's playmaking ability. 4th and 5, gets out of there, somehow locates DJ Moore for a first down. The game could be over if he doesn't hit that. How about this one? 3rd and 14, Roma Dunze. So he's making plays. Let's see what he does here.
Got to get 10 or it's good night, Irene. Throws it up in the air, and it is intercepted by Reek Woolen. Didn't matter, interception, incompletion, it was all going to be the same. Pressure was put on by Kobe Bryant, and that's going to take us to the finish line in 11 seconds.
They blitzed him all night. Sometimes he scrambled, made plays. Other times they had success. This time it's, you know, we've seen different outside linebackers and defensive backs pressure. This time it's number 8 closest to you, able to come off that edge. They brought Julian Love, both safeties, Love and Kobe Bryant. Nobody's there to pick up Kobe Bryant. They just brought one too many from that side. Caleb Williams tried to just basically throw it up, get enough on it to try to hope that somebody could come down with it, and the Seahawks get their win.
So that's the way the non-interception streak ends. Got a little backflip in the backfield. So Williams had thrown 353 passes, and then that one gets picked, and of all things, just a prayer at the end of the game. McDonald shaking his head. It was that kind of a night. Well, we thought we'd have 40 some odd points tonight. We wound up with 9. What can I tell you? You know what I'm talking about. Of course you do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We worked long enough. Anyway, our thanks to our great gang up here and our crew, and back for the playoff game on Wild Card Weekend. The Seahawks are now just praying for an Arizona win. There's Tony Gonzalez going over things with DK Metcalf.
Bear faithful here, waving their.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Want to wave? Give them a wave, Al, will you?
Give them a little wave here. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just tell them there's always next year.
There's always next year.
Got to find a new coach. We'll get this thing going.
New coach, do everything. What can I tell you? Well,
a lot of fun. That was fun. 6-3.
It was for a 6-3 game.
Yeah.
Williams goes trotting off. Geno Smith can smile. They're still alive. They need help. They need help.
Kick back Saturday night. Watch the Cardinals and the Rams. See what happens. See if they get their shot in Week 18.
6-3, our final score. The J.C. Penney postgame show coming your way after this.
So why do you do this? Why do you wrestle?
When people look at me, the first thing they see is what's missing. If I win, having one leg won't be the most important thing about me.
The champ is here! It's a celebration dinner for Anthony!
The mom told me about that Drexel scholarship.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna keep my options open.
When you could go to school for free? Hey, you heard what your son said? He's gonna keep his options open.
Every big college has seen you wrestle, and so far, Drexel's the only one that made the offer.
Have you heard from ASU? The best college wrestlers in the world go there. Anthony.
The best I could offer you is to walk on.
I wish you the best, but I'm not interested.
Listen up. You're gonna have to beat out men who were recruited to be on the Arizona State University wrestling team. You're gonna have to prove everyone wrong just to make the team.
Hey, sure you don't want to run track?
You are 6 months behind on the mortgage.
It's a perfect opportunity for Anthony to pitch in.
I'm not letting him quit wrestling, and I'm not letting him quit school.
I got you. I'm here. Anthony, your greatest opponent, never gonna be somebody standing across from you on a mat. What's all this?
Dear Mr. Robles, I'm in the 3rd grade, and you are my hero. I wanted to tell you how much I look up to you. You make people believe in something.
Surprised to see you.
Don't be.
When they see you, they don't see someone who's missing a leg. they see someone who is unstoppable.
I'm not done yet.
You can show them that anything is possible.
Oh my God, is that guy missing a leg?
That's my son. What, you're not gonna cheer?
I used to be angry all the time, but I'm not angry anymore. So what are you?
Unstoppable, rated PG-13, January 16th, only on Prime Video.
Welcome everybody to the JCPenney post-game show. Well, it might not have been pretty, but after traveling on a short week, Seattle picked up a much-needed win, beating the Bears 6-3 is your final. That's right. That's the final score, 6-3. All right, so with that, let's take a look at the NFC West standings. Now, Seahawks become the world's biggest Arizona fans as they're pulling for the Cardinals to beat the Rams on Saturday. And with that, we welcome you in, everybody. I'm Carissa Thompson, alongside Tony Gonzalez, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andrew Whitworth, and Richard Sherman. Bears fans are chanting "sell the team," but right now,
are going great.
we're going to focus on the Seahawks and the positive for them. Sherm, if you're on this team right now, how are you feeling in that locker room?
Well, you know, there were some guys that said this game took years off of their lives, and other guys felt like they played a great game because they held the Chicago Bears to 3 points, and they got a turnover at the end of the game. So it depends on which side you're asking, but they're feeling good. A win is a win.
A win is a win.
That's we've seen a game without a touchdown this year in the NFL.
We have. The other one we worked, yes, the Rams-Niners game.
Our game. Yes. Well, I mean, Seattle, they're watching intently now on Saturday night, right? They got to see if Arizona can pull off the upset. I don't think if you're on the offense for Seattle, you take much away from this game.
Right.
Besides running the middle screen 4 times.
They did get the middle screen going.
There wasn't a whole lot going on for Seattle and Geno this game.
Well, you're looking at that right now. I'm just trying to look at these stats right here. I don't understand. I don't understand it. A guy like DK Metcalf, I just talked to him after the game. I'm asking him what's going on. And they don't even have answers right now because it seems like they should be putting up at least a little bit more points, at least scoring touchdowns and stuff like that. So, I don't know. They got some stuff to fix. If they're going to be a playoff team, I mean, hopefully we can see a little bit more action out of that offense.
All right, positive, you snap a 2-game losing streak. You've now guaranteed a winning season under new head coach Mike McDonald. So when you look at this Bears side of things, you've now lost 10 straight, okay? We get it. There's been so much drama around this whole year, up and down. What are you thinking right now if you're in the Bears locker room?
Well, I would say Caleb's streak is over. The interception streak.
There we go.
We can stop talking about it, all right? So we can throw it down the field a little bit more now. I mean, at the end of the game, there's a lot of things that are wrong, but if we just visit the end of the game, you know, the play doesn't come in. They have to burn a timeout, and then you're getting cover 0. And then guess what you're getting after that, Sherm? Cover 0. Let's have a plan. Let's not throw off our back foot. Let's get rid of the ball. He tried to put it down the field to Rome Odunze and threw it out of bounds, but let's have a plan and show that we're an NFL football team and try to make a play at the end.
Yeah, too many of these late game situations for them this year. They just don't look like they have a great plan. And once you show that you don't have an answer for 0, they are just going to keep bringing it until you do something else other than catch the ball, run backwards, and trying to heave a ball down the field. So you want to see that part better. But again, like I said in pregame, you want to see this team fight. Like, I just want to see some passion, some energy. I want to see them out there getting in a fight the way DK Metcalf was, right? Like, you need some fight and some, like, it means something.
You saw the Cowboys. They were eliminated. They found out that day they were eliminated from postseason play, and you saw them go out there and have some
Micah
fun.
Parsons said it. He said, you guys watch how the rest of the season plays out. No matter what, this is how we'll play. I thought that was a great indication of really McCarthy in this locker room that they have in Dallas. But this one, you haven't seen that. You haven't seen that statement from somebody in this locker room that says, we will not stand for this anymore. We're going to change it.
I think it's dejection and it's frustration from the offensive line, from the defense, because they've played well enough. And you talk about the defense first. Defense held them down, 6 points in the ball game. You expect to win that ball game in the National Football League. You hold the team to 6 points, regardless of who it is, you expect to win that game. On the flip side, the offensive line. You protect for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you expect to say that's going to be a successful play or the quarterback's going to get the ball out of there. When you see a quarterback holding the ball and taking sacks, when you feel like you've done your job good enough to have success, there's going to be frustration. So there's frustration from the offensive line because it's like, what could we do more? How much more time could we give you?
Well, in Seahawks had 7 sacks, season high for them.
Well,
so some positives to take away on that side.
Watch the theme on all these, right?
1, 2.
Well, this is we can't block it, right? Some of it is, hey, we can't block these guys. You got to get rid of it.
True.
And some of it is holding on to that thing.
Yeah, he's holding on, and I mean, obviously coming into it, he's the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, so you knew this is probably going to be the trend coming into this game. But let's look for the positive in Caleb. I mean, I saw a couple things out there. He's athletic. He can throw the football pretty well. I still believe that they need an offensive coach to come in here and tutor this kid because I do believe there's something there. There's a foundation of talent there. There's a reason he went #1 overall. And I still would throw my hat in the ring. I'd say Ben Johnson for sure. He needs to come in here and hopefully get this kid right.
Yeah, again, it didn't look like there were solutions, right? And so as a young quarterback, you don't have those solutions because you don't know yet. So it is a little bit of a failure on the play caller to not have solutions for him, or at least not have him trained in his mind. Whether he misses one and then you go to the sideline, you see him looking at the tablets all the time. Look, if they give us this look again, we're going to give you this call, and this is where the ball has to go. Those are the type of things you want to see. You want to see progress in game, and it just didn't happen.
And just a couple of layup plays, you know what I mean? Like Cole Kmet. I don't even think he had a catch. Like, he's a good tight end. Just go 5 yards and turn around. That's positive offense. That's what they need to come up with. At least some plays that are some layups for this kid. And maybe he's missing them. You talked about it in the pregame, Sherm. He's missing some of those, but come on, it's got to be better.
And you hear the frustration of the fans as they're yelling, "Sell the team." But then, because you look around and you look at a team like Washington, right? And they bring a guy like Dan Quinn in and get Jaden Daniels, and the culture can change. So hopefully for Bears fans, that day will come next season because it's not happening right now. But we are going to focus on the Seahawks for a second because they did win this game, and Geno Smith is standing by now with Kaylee Hartung, who's the player of the game.
Well, Geno, it didn't have to be pretty, but you told us this would require more effort out of everybody. Describe the effort you saw out of your defense.
I thought the defense was tremendous. At this point, we don't care how we get wins. We just want to win games. I don't care if it was 5-4. We got the dub, but yeah, man, it was a hard-fought game. Our defense was lights out. They finished it at the end right there. I mean, that was big time.
What did Chicago do to keep your offense out of the end zone?
I think they dialed up the rain at the perfect time. There's a lot of rain today, but they played good defense, man. Hats off to those guys. They're a talented bunch. That can't be taken for granted. And, I just thought, we could have done some things better, but, we'll clean it up when we get back home.
Did your knee challenge you at all tonight?
Yeah, it was challenging. A lot of things were challenging me, but I got to be out there for my guys, and I'll tough it out anytime I can.
You got any plans to watch the Rams and the Cardinals this weekend?
I'm not gonna watch it, man. I'll hear about it. We shouldn't be in this position, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully good things happen, and we'll see what happens. Week 18.
You'll take the fight to LA, I imagine.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, Geno.
Thank you.
Not going to watch the game?
Yeah, they can't, because you can't do anything about it. It's hard to watch things you can't control, but like he said, it doesn't matter how you get the win, you get the win. You appreciate these victories. You appreciate you being in contention, having meaningful games at this point of the year, but you all understand there's things you got to fix. You got to get these things fixed, the correctable things you can correct. They ran the ball better today than they had in the past. They ran for 122 yards, but again, you cannot have games where you aren't efficient in the red zone, especially coming down the stretch.
And a reminder here, the simplest path to postseason play for the Seahawks is an LA loss or tie to Arizona on Saturday, and then a win against the Rams in LA week 18. All right, so with that, we open up this discussion for the old NFC West conversation, when I know you beautifully outlined it for us in the pregame and at halftime. But when you look at this, what do you make of this sort of current playoff picture in the NFC?
Well, I think if you talk about it for the Rams in their case, I mean, I don't know if this game meant much tonight to them as much as it's important. You got a game Saturday night against Arizona, and here's the reality: when a team like Arizona gets knocked out of the playoffs, all right, they're down, they're upset, but you're gonna get that last gasp, right? You're gonna get whatever they got left for this season. their coaches, probably Jonathan Gannon, said, hey, listen, Saturday night we could ruin the Rams' plans for the offseason, or for the postseason, if we go out and play our best football. So they're going to come to L.A. and they're going to give you what they have. So the Rams have to be prepared for that, because the next week it's division football. And when you play Rams Seattle, it's always a battle. That's not one that you sit there and go and worry about that right now. So I think right now for the Rams, it's take care of Saturday night and you move on from there.
Yeah, and I think Minnesota is the most interesting on there. Where are they going to end up? Because they're going to play Green Bay. If they beat Green Bay, they got a chance to beat Detroit and have the #1 seed. Now, if they lose to Green Bay and lose to Detroit, they have a chance to be the 6th seed, I think, right? 5 or 6 seed there.
Flip, yeah.
So, I mean, it's really interesting. Are they 1? Are they 5? Are they 6? That's what we're going to keep an eye on these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the pregame show. I think the Packers right now, it seems like they're really rounding into form. December football to hit that playoff. Jordan Love, though, that's the guy. The game this weekend with those Minnesota Vikings, if he can go out there and play well and put it together and beat that team. You know, they lost that team earlier this season. He threw 3 interceptions in that game. You know, since that game, I think he's only thrown 3 interceptions. So if he can keep that trend up, that's a very good football team as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that game, because that's going to tell us a lot of things. This December football reveals a lot of things that you don't know are true throughout the season. Are they true? Are they not true? You're going to have to deal with the pressure that Minnesota is going to bring. And we talked about that before. He doesn't do well with it. That's why he started running the ball more. That's why they don't let him throw as much. And if he can overcome that in this game, they're able to stop Josh Jacobs running the ball, and he's able to throw and be effective. That shows you what you need to see from Green Bay.
Makes it exciting. Week 17, here we are. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but plenty more post-game show. This has been the JCPenney post-game show. We got more TNF Nightcap coming up, including Sherm in a cold tub. Stick around.